Hello, good evening and welcome to One Life Left live on Resonance 104.4 FM. I'm Steve Curran.
I am Simon Byron.
And I'm Anne Scantlebury.
Hi, Anne.
Oh, hi.
You're just taking your top off.
I'm just taking my coat off. This is a really speedy turnaround.
It was a speedy turnaround, wasn't it?
Thanks very much to Resonance 104.4 FM for organising that speedy turnaround. It gets better every week, doesn't it?
We'll have
It's
it
exciting.
We'll have it down soon. You'll be able, you'll work out that you can walk in with your top off, Anne. And we won't have to go through this rigmarole.
Don't stand on ceremony.
No.
Let's turn my computer on as well.
We are a show about video games. That means we talk about video games and we talk about things that surround video games. What surrounds video games, Simon?
Usually the packaging.
And sort of a waft of an ennui as well.
Exactly, yeah. How's your week been?
It's been all right.
What have you been doing?
Busy. Yesterday we did karaoke together, didn't we?
We did do that, but the listeners don't do that. So I don't do that, don't know that.
They do now, because I
Right.
just told them.
We did do karaoke, yeah, it was fun, wasn't it?
It was really good fun.
Although apparently Muse aren't a boy band.
No, they aren't, Simon.
But
Music.
they literally are.
We
a
did
band of
boy
boys.
band versus girl band karaoke, and Simon got disqualified because you chose S Club 7.
I didn't know the rule. I got there late, I didn't know the rules.
Why was Simon disqualified?
Too many genders.
Happens all the time
It's
to
a
you, doesn't it?
problem I have.
Anyway, we've got an exciting show today. We have got the re-return of Craig the Rage. He was back for the first time last week. He's back for the second time this week.
Is it
Excellent
racy,
news.
Steve?
Video game poetry, a little bit racy this week.
He was singing yesterday, wasn't he?
He was.
What was he singing?
He did another level.
He did. He did do another level.
Good times.
And we also have a brand new feature, Electric Dreams,
Okay.
by Cara Ellison.
Oh, wow.
That's very, very
We've been talking about this
exciting
for
as well.
some time. At our staff meetings, haven't we?
We're going to give the youngster a shot.
Yeah, well,
So
let's see how we
how
get
it
on. Good
works
luck,
out.
Cara. She seems to do well at everything she turns her hands to, doesn't she?
Well,
let's
let's see
see.
if we can mess that up
Yeah.
for her.
Good, and we've also got a guest in the studio.
Hooray.
I know, we're doing well for guests. Did you know we're booked up till mid-November?
Shut up.
That's
Are
true. Yeah, actually on the guest front, Ed Vaizey's turned us down now. Having said, oh yeah, no, definitely I'd love to come on.
But hasn't he just turned us down because he's busy till Christmas? We continue
That's what
broadcasting
he
after
said.
Christmas.
Yeah. And then I got an email from his helper, and I said, "Yeah, no, that's cool. We're after Christmas as well, so let's get a date in now." He said, "Actually, he's very busy now, so we're going to need to leave it a bit before we ask him." So, yeah, what a fraud! Apparently, yeah. So
Apparently, video games don't matter to Ed Vaizey.
to the Tories.
So we couldn't get Vaizey.
Well,
but who
he's still on
could
the
we
list.
get?
I tell you who's coming up at the end of October. Jason Bradbury.
What?
From the Gadget Show. TV's Jason Bradbury.
Amazing.
How's he going to go on radio?
Well, let's find out. But much closer than that, we in the studio today is Tim Constant. You're from Panic Barn. Hello, Tim.
Hello, nice to meet you.
How are
all.
you doing?
Yeah, really good.
You're
really good.
you're filling the seat that Jason Bradbury's going to be in, and Ed Vaizey
I'm
certainly
very
won't be
excited
in.
about Bradbury.
Are you?
Is it Bradbury or Bradbury?
Bradbury.
Yeah, I do like the Gadget Show.
Yeah, it should be good. Well, he doesn't know this yet, but obviously he's here. We're getting him in so that we can talk about doing the Gadget Show radio. He's got a
Good
TV
one.
show. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see how we get on. Tim, thanks for joining us. You're going to be talking about your project Tiki Taka Soccer.
Tiki Taka Soccer, yeah, a football game for iPad and Android.
Excellent. Well, don't blow your slot by giving it away now. First, we have to do what we always do, which is listen to Anne's news.
It's 7:04 on Monday the 23rd of September. I'm Anne Scantlebury and this is the news. Andrew Wilson is EA's new CEO. The former EA Sports head has filled the role after John Riccatello left in March. He said of his new job, "I have a profound respect and passion for this organisation as well as for our global community of fans, and I'm incredibly motivated to serve our people, our gamers and our shareholders at such an exciting time in our industry. As a former EA Sports boss, we'd better keep an eye out for Andrew trying to slip sport into everything."
So what do we know about this guy? Who is he? Paint us a picture.
He's a former EA Sports boss.
Okay.
He's been at the company for 13 years.
Okay.
He's quite handsome.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
Handsome. Tell us more. Listeners, close your eyes and describe him.
He's got like brown, shortish hair,
How handsome.
like kind of clean shaven. He was definitely wearing some kind of suit or maybe just a shirt in his picture. He had eyes, mouth, and a nose.
Amazing.
And also he's getting paid $800,000 a year, with the potential for that to be risen to $1.2 million if he reaches his targets.
STFU. 800,000?
Yeah,
How do we get this job?
exactly.
Oh, I don't think we're handsome enough.
Right, I've got some hair.
I've got a nose.
Yeah, well, together.
You are wearing a shirt.
Yeah. Wow. So the previous Peter Moore, didn't Peter Moore get he got tattoos done? Was that at EA or was it elsewhere? Do you remember that? Did he rip his top off and
Didn't he have tattoos of GTA, or
GTA?
something?
Maybe must have been elsewhere, didn't he? Tim, what tattoos have you got?
Yeah, GTA 5.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
Whereabouts?
I can't show you.
On radio, you
Well,
can show anything.
Exactly.
Actually, yeah, on radio I probably could, but
I thought up some really good puns.
Okay.
Of
That we're going to roll out during his career.
no, that if he does start putting sports into current titles, you could have Mass E FIFA Act,
Good.
Battlefield NFL. I mean, that works. And Medal of Honor in the 400-meter backstroke.
That's good. One thing that radio is good at is voices.
Yeah.
It's very important to give each character you introduce to the
is,
radio
isn't it?
a distinct voice, so
Yeah.
that listeners know, they build up an image of him. So when you talk, presumably going to be multiple quotes from this guy
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
loads.
future in your news stories. What voice are you going to use?
Okay, so he's an American guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a sturdy. He's an all-around good guy, I think. Rich,
Rich.
affluent.
Okay.
So I've got to get an affluent tone in there. So I'm thinking, how do Americans speak?
I mean, what sort of... Are we talking New York rich here? Is it a new money? Or is it a sort of Texan oil baron rich?
Can I do Texan? I think maybe that's it. I think he's old money.
Yeah?
He's old money making it from the new.
Right, okay.
So do you
Yeah.
want to read his quote out again then?
Yeah, okay. I have a
Go on. No. Stick with it.
I have a profound respect and passion for this organisation, as well as for our global community of fans. Ouya has made changes to its Free the Games fund following some controversy. The $1 million fund, which would match Kickstarter donations for games raising over $50,000 for a 6-month exclusivity deal, came under fire when some games in the promotion had abnormally high average pledges. Ouya's Julie Ehrman has now lowered the minimum backing to $10,000 with a maximum matching point of $250,000, and every $10,000 raised must have 100 backers.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Particularly if you're stupid enough to not think about these things in the first case. This was a disaster waiting to happen, wasn't it?
And then they compounded the disaster by releasing quite an annoying press release about how, we're just trying to help, guys. It was quite a sort of... It really struck the wrong tone amongst the Ouya dev community. I think also part of the thing that really has forced them to make these changes is it seemed that there are some good guys who've been stretching for this goal. One of whom was completely honest about it, was like, yeah, I've got my dad's help and he's putting loads of money and now we've doubled it and that's great.
Yeah.
Got kicked out.
No.
And then there was that super suspicious one, wasn't there?
Was it Gridiron Thunder? Was that what it was called?
Yeah.
Where everyone looked at the average pledge was over $1,000, and
You're very big Ouya fans. We love our Ouya so much.
and yet they didn't get kicked out of the project. I'm not sure what's
They have now, they've taken themselves out of the project. They're like,
okay.
guys, we've already made enough money. We don't need to take this money from other smaller games that might need a little help along. We've got loads.
It's all a bit suspicious, isn't it?
It is a bit suspicious.
And it's a shame because it's a good initiative in theory, like to help these guys get some more money, put it behind their project. And you can see why they're doing it, to secure exclusivity for their platform.
Yeah, but again, it just all doesn't stack up. Why would you go 6 months exclusive on Ouya, which, from what we can tell, games are just not selling? I mean, people are downloading them, but they're not.
They've changed that as well now. So with the 6-month exclusivity deal with Ouya, you can also now release on PC.
Oh, thanks very much.
So that's good.
Cheers.
Yeah, but I guess the point is that if you weren't going to be able to make this game
Right, without
the funding, and then after 6 months you can then port it to other platforms, and that's a good deal for you. If this helps games exist that otherwise wouldn't have been able to, that's excellent.
I suppose so, yeah. But during your 6 months exclusivity, it's like, this is a massive hit on Ouya. Got downloaded. 40 people bought it. Tim, what was your view on this?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a good idea, but it also sounds really dodgy. So I don't know. What was the game which doubled its money and didn't get kicked out? It was an American football game.
Yeah, Gridiron
Thunder.
I think.
See that you'd have to actually look at Gridiron Thunder and see what kind of game that was.
Well,
But
a fictional one, I think it was. I think it was a heist game.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. Sounds a bit dodge.
Okay.
OMG, GTA 5 is now the UK's fastest selling game since records began, and we began our records 2 weeks ago. Its day one sales in the UK were over 1.57 million units, making a modest £65 million in revenue. The title has removed Call of Duty Black Ops from its coveted position as most magnificent and popular because COD Blops only made a paltry £58 million. Everybody must stop making games now because no other game will ever be as wonderful or loved.
Where do we store our records?
They're on the Google Drive.
Up our sleeveys.
GTAV.
GTAB,
Is
yeah.
that what we're calling it?
Yeah,
Is
what
it?
an exciting day last Tuesday was.
Yeah.
Did you think so, Anne? Were you swept up in it?
Really
Did you get stabbed on the way home?
No, because I didn't have one in my bag.
Okay, right.
Also,
Good thinking.
Also, but do put it in your bag, though.
Did you go to the midnight launch?
No,
No, who stays up till midnight?
Exactly. Not
I did that for GTA 4.
Did you? But not this one?
No.
Why not?
It wasn't an enjoyable experience.
Right, okay. what happened?
Well, no, they didn't have any games unless you pre-ordered anyway.
Right.
So it's
Sort of
just being
defies the
in
point of-
Asda at midnight.
At midnight, yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't that nice.
So you were in Asda at midnight and then they turned you away because you
It
hadn't
was-
pre-ordered.
Yeah, unless you'd pre-ordered, they were like, nope.
Did they at least have the booze aisle open so you could get something?
But that'd go quite well with GTA, but no.
But yeah, well, people were. Some people in the office were popping out at lunchtime to get it. Yeah, stories came back. Like 40 people in Game and HMV all queuing up just to get copies of GTA. Well, exciting.
Wow.
I couldn't wait
Crazy
for the
times.
postman that day. And then Tim, who works in the office as well, he got his, and there's an Xbox, and he's like, posting it. We ripped it open and we made the boxes kiss together because we were so excited about playing. And it's not been that exciting for a long, long time.
So how has that passion carried on into your playing of the game?
I'm enjoying it, actually. I mean, I don't want to spoil the reviews, but I think it's going to score well.
Interesting.
With me. But yeah, it was good, and it was nice to see everybody celebrating. Obviously, you had the usual people that were taking pot shots at video games, but I don't know. There seemed to be a real sense of excitement. I think industry wide, whether you're involved in GTA or not. Apart from with you, Anne, it seems.
I mean, it's really great. It's really great for the people that made it that it's doing really well.
Stick that in your box.
What do American hip-hop group Terror Squad and the Xbox One have in common? They both like to lean back. Xbox's Albert Pinello has warned that under no circumstances should you make your Xbox One stand up vertical. He explained to GameSpot, "We don't support vertical orientation. Do it at your own risk. We just don't design for the drive for vertical." 1 second, we have some breaking news coming in. Valve has announced Steam OS, a free standalone operating system for living room machines. The Linux-based operating system will stream content from a Stream library. Valve is also working with media content providers to bring streamed music, TV, and movie content. More news as soon as Eurogamer posts it.
Steam streaming.
That's actual news.
That's actual news. It literally,
Breaking.
you know, when I was outside typing away,
Yeah.
that's what I was doing.
Wow, that's excellent, Anne.
Breaking.
That's disappointing, though, isn't it? Didn't we think they were going to? Well, didn't we hope they were either going to announce the Steam Box or Half-Life 3?
There are 2 more announcements that they're currently making.
What, while we're on air?
Yeah.
Well, just stick some music on, Steve. What are we doing here? What do we think they are then? Oh, a Steam Box and Half-Life 3.
Yeah, that's what we think they are.
Okay, so the Steam. Can we get any more on this at the moment? So the Steam OS, what's that going to do?
It's going to mean that you can run your Steam library in your living room.
Right. I
don't understand this because I'm always in the living room.
Presumably you can't run all of your Steam games on it because
it's Linux.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is Linux. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, I said it in there. So I said the Linux-based operating system.
Asking.
Okay, so what's the point of this then?
The point of the OS,
Yeah.
so that you can. It says on living room machines. Do they mean consoles when they say
I
that?
think they mean TVs.
Oh, just call it a TV.
Actually, I don't know what they mean.
Oh my goodness.
Tim, what
I've absolutely no idea
What are your
this
thoughts
is.
to this breaking news?
It's not just Steam on some device,
Apparently, yeah.
a new device.
So is the next thing they're going to be like, oh, and here's the Steam box that you can actually run it on?
There you go.
I mean, that's what I'm predicting. Imagine, I mean, they've already said this out loud. We could just look on the internet. Guys, just look on the internet. Can someone write in and tell us what's happened, please? And finally, Nintendo's ex-president, Hiroshi Yamauchi, has died at the age of 85. He was president of the company for 53 years, leaving the post in 2002, and was a key figure in turning Nintendo into the video game colossus it is now. From March this year, he was the company's largest shareholder. Apologies for ending on sad news.
You do know what the point of an and finally is, don't you?
Yeah, but we had so many laughs before this that
Did we?
could bring it down.
Right.
He changed the world of video games.
He did, yes.
I think it's pretty positive notes, you know. The man changed our lives forever. If it wasn't for him, One Life Left wouldn't exist.
No,
Wow.
good point, yeah. But you try getting a joke out of this. Tim, what's funny?
no.
Tim, what's funny about a man from Nintendo dying?
Yeah, there's nothing funny about that at all.
There must be one.
I did think of one.
Did you?
Really?
Oh, what was it?
I guess instead of being one up, it's now one down.
No. Not okay.
No.
Not okay.
That's why I didn't
Didn't you
include it.
read-
That's why I didn't include it.
Good. Didn't you read Parko's heartfelt piece for the New Yorker?
No, it was really long.
It was long, actually, and it had loads of sub-clauses in it as well. I found it very difficult to keep track of what was going on.
Too many words.
Yeah.
Thanks, Anne.
One Life Left video game news with Anne Scantleberry.
Hello, I'm Sega Badawi and welcome to One Life Left local news. Chaos and confusion has taken hold after an alleged racist statement was said during the Mushroom Kingdom Independence Party's conference by one of their chief whips. Toadwith J. Toad of MKIP said during a Plumbers in Politics forum that plumbers not born in the Mushroom Kingdom should go back to where they came from, which is Italy if they were being voiced by Charles Martinet, or if they were being played by Bob Hoskins, then no one really knew. Toadwoof has been stripped of the whip and has not been offered any of Princess Peach's cake at the after party. Thanks, and back to your usual programming.
You're listening to One Life Left video game radio show on Resonance 104.4 FM and podcast across the whole internet. We're actually streaming live as well at www.resonancefm.com.
Good one, Steve.
Breaking, I've just had an email.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, exciting. More breaking news.
So, regular listeners to One Life Left will know that we are an award-nominated radio show.
And winning.
Won it once.
Regularly nominated.
Nominated a lot.
Occasionally winning.
Yeah.
We've been nominated again this year.
So exciting,
for the
isn't it?
Games Media Awards.
It's just a delight to be nominated.
I know, it is. It's also a delight to attend the ceremony.
Yes.
It's the biggest delight to attend the ceremony.
I mean, that's where a lot of things start, doesn't it? We invented stealing at one awards.
Pushing people over.
The pushing people over, which has, taken us to places as a horizontal fill fish.
Yeah.
Was pioneered at the GMAs.
It's very important we're there.
It's very important.
So imagine my delight when I received an email that said, "Hello, Steve. Please consider this your invite to the Games Media Awards."
Wait a second.
Do RSVP if you can or can't attend. Dress code cosplay. Just joking. Unless you want to.
Oh, right.
So, looking forward to seeing you, Steve.
Well, that's
on the
because
night.
the GMAs are regular listeners and they understand that we've introduced this new policy of you need to direct your correspondence at one of us.
Which is great, but obviously you also need to direct invites to the other two of us because otherwise they won't be able to mark the date in their calendar.
Yeah, and we do need to do that.
So have you guys RSVP'd?
I mean, I haven't had an invite.
No, I've not either.
Yeah, so...
And we found this out before the show.
Yeah.
You guys were incandescent, weren't you?
Furious. Pushed over a bike.
We're not called one man left.
No.
We're a team.
Exactly.
One life left. Anyway, I wrote to Caroline.
Oh, yeah, what did you say?
There's no I in one life
obviously,
left.
I said...
Apart from that.
There's no team in one life left.
I said, dear Caroline,
Right.
guest of the show, Caroline, of course, once.
Oh, of course. She's been on the show, yeah.
Dear Caroline OBE, presumably.
Am I also considering this an invite for Simon and
Yes,
Anne,
yes.
who are currently sulking outside the studio?
Fair enough, yeah. No.
And she replied, here we go. No. She replied, yes, I've got them down already. So you two are coming to the GMAs.
Didn't even need to be invited.
There we go.
We're in, Simon.
That was, by the way, Pixel Police fighting free. We've got a guest on the show.
Tim!
Hello.
Thanks for coming in.
It's a pleasure.
So what has led our paths to this moment in time in the Resonance studio?
I was wondering that.
Were you?
Yeah, because it was quite actually easy to get in here. I just emailed you.
We're booked up.
We are
until
booked up, and Jason
mid-November.
Bradbury's coming on, so,
I mean, apart from the stars.
You could get bumped at any point during the
Exactly.
show.
Don't be complacent about it.
If you're more important than Tim, email us now.
Exactly.
There's still time.
And if you live in Borough, you can be here before the end of the show. No, but you emailed me to tell me about a new project, and I was like, well, great. We'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, and it's great to talk about it actually.
So who are you? You're Tim from Panic Barn. What do Panic Barn do?
So we're trying to make a football game, essentially.
Okay.
A new football game for iPad and Android.
Excellent.
And what's different about this football game is, well, what's not different is you're a player manager, so you get to play the games and you get a bit of RPG management stuff in there.
Yep.
But the main difference in the game engine is that it's gesture controlled, so there's no on-screen joypad.
Nice.
And so it's designed specifically for the touchscreen.
Right.
And then secondly is the visual style, which is like pixel art, so small sprites and a really zoomed out camera.
It looks very pretty. It looks a lot. Is it okay to say it looks like sensible
Yeah,
soccer?
absolutely. So we've pulled the camera right back so you can kind of see the whole pitch on the iPad as you play.
Yeah.
So it works really well with the controls, the kind of zoomed out view. And that's what was amazing about Sensible Soccer, apart from being the best football game ever, of course.
Of which I'm the current world champion,
Yeah, I
of course.
remember you mentioned that.
Thanks very much. it is on my business card.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you're trying to make a football game. So what are you or not?
Yeah, no, we're making it. So
Okay.
we created a demo, essentially, to demonstrate the game engine, because it's quite difficult to imagine how to play. If I said to you, Sensible Soccer on a touchscreen,
Yeah.
most people would be like, oh, what?
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah. So we've had to design it around gesture controls, and so we're going to release a demo for free, which kind of explains that on the App Store.
Okay.
And then alongside the app, it's going to be a Kickstarter.
Cool. So it sounds to me to be like a cross between, obviously, the Sensible Soccer visuals, but a cross between Fluid Football, I guess, and Championship Manager.
Yeah, so the RPG bit, which is a bit which is also slightly different, is that if you imagine New Star Soccer, you're the player.
Yeah.
And obviously you gain experience and abilities and stuff. In Tiki Taka Soccer, you're the manager. So you gain abilities as you play matches and win, and then your abilities can be used to improve your team. So like fitness abilities, your players will recover better if you improve your fitness training, stuff like that.
Cool.
So it's a kind of
like
RPG.
Speedball as well. Speedball 2.
Yeah, a bit like that. There you go.
What's going
It's
on?
literally ripping off all the 16-bit classic. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I found fluid football pretty tricky.
Yeah, that is tricky, actually.
It is, yeah. So, I mean, apparently not for Andy Gray and Richard Keys, who love it, according to their contract. But so, yeah, how have you managed to get around the sort of complications of controlling a football?
Yeah, I mean, there has been. It is tough, but like I said, we use gestures. You basically kind of remove the functionality down, so it's still fun.
Yeah.
But passing, shooting, and dribbling is very simple gestures, and you can perform them anywhere on screen. So you're not like tapping the players or anything like that. So I'll show you. Okay. And you can download the demo.
Can you? So when's the demo going to be available?
So that'll be available in October alongside the Kickstarter.
So the Kickstarter will be going live. We've got a date for it, or
Not yet. Still putting everything together.
okay?
Just pick a date.
Yeah, it's quite month
Just
for
pick one.
Kickstarter's October. Yeah, Steve's doing one. I'm doing one. Anne, you should do one.
I'm going to
Get involved.
Kickstarter. I don't know why Kickstarter.
We were having a quick chat about Kickstarters earlier.
Yeah.
They're nervy things, aren't they?
They are.
How are you feeling about the? So, can you say how much you're going to be asking for?
Not yet. Not confirmed yet. But it won't be that much when I look at some of the others. I mean,
Like RoboCop.
so how much is that?
100,000.
Yeah, nowhere near that.
Yeah.
Nowhere near.
What about $250,000 for Dizzy?
Yeah, that failed, didn't it?
Did fail, yeah.
And then the company went.
Did, yeah. Very
How
sad.
much?
So be careful.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much was Elite 4?
It was
5, 6? What is it? Elite?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of money.
Elite 4.
Five, yeah.
I've lost it with
Right.
Grand Theft Auto. Is it Elite 4?
I don't
Dangerous.
know.
I think it's 4.
Was it?
They were looking for like $1 million, weren't they, or something?
Molyneux got a lot as well, didn't he? So, so both Steve and I are looking into this at the moment for separate projects, but I think we've both been baffled by and Steve made a good Twitter joke yesterday. He said Kickstarter for a Kickstarter math spreadsheet.
It's so complicated.
Because
The
it is
rewards
complicated, isn't
thing.
it? Yeah. So how far have you got with yours?
Yeah, I mean,
and can we copy it?
There's so much planning, and well, like you say, you essentially just look at other people's, don't you, to try and see what's worked. But the whole process of going through the Kickstarter, even if you're not going to do a Kickstarter, I think it's quite good because it lets you ask the questions about a project which you never normally like to ask. So,
What's your wackiest reward?
well, yeah, the wackiest one's probably going to be the most expensive one, which probably involves flying someone somewhere to see the developers or something like that. But that, no one's ever going to go for that. But it's just...
How much is it going to be?
I don't know, probably 10 grand something. How about that?
How much is it to get a video of you?
Well, I'm actually doing, you can do $1. Mm-hmm. That's the minimum. And they say you should do something fun. So I was going to do a personal message.
Okay.
Write it, handwritten personal message. And take a photo
for
of it.
$1.
I want a video.
For £1.
I want a video.
Yeah, that's 10.
$10. And what will you do in the video for $10?
Yeah, that's a good question. That is a sliding scale.
And what would you do in the video for $20?
Yeah, there you go. It just goes
What's
up and
this
up.
show become? It's become the elite classes throwing money else. Take your top off, Tim. So, Tim, how would just for radio, just for our eyes only? How would we follow the project from now until it goes live? Then?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter, Panic Barn. And panicbarn.com is the website. And I'm on all sorts of indie dev sites as well, updating blogs and stuff. So,
well, we'll be sure to alert our listeners to it when you go live. And just before we move on, I'd like to say everybody that we've mentioned previously: Miles, Simon Reed. So Miles from Football Manager, Simon Reed, New Star Soccer,
friends of the show.
John Hare. He's been on for Speedball 2. Yep. There was one other. They've all been on the show.
Simon Reed's been really helpful, actually.
Has he?
And I'm currently testing his new update for New Star Soccer.
Right, that's interesting. Why aren't we testing that?
I don't know.
Given that
are you not testing it?
Given that but his appearance on here is basically what made him.
He mentioned that. It
Did
was
he?
Massive.
So what's the update like?
It's really good. It's for people who've kind of like me who still play it a hell of a lot, and there's sort of end level gameplay in there, so a lot more to do.
Can you tell Si we miss him?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, don't forget the little guys.
Exactly.
I'm Cara Ellison. I am a games critic, and so far I've been spectacularly unlucky in love. But there is hope. Perhaps video game characters can teach me something about self-confidence, about sexiness, or perhaps they can even illuminate what sort of thing causes nerds to pay attention for more than 5 seconds. Welcome to Electric Dreams, a section of One Life Left where I write a Lonely Hearts ad for a video game character, put it on the internet, and then see what I can learn from the replies. The rules are: 1. I put an ad up for a different character every week for 24 hours. 2. I do it anonymously and keep respondents anonymous. 3. I do not reply to respondents because I am fictional and that would be leading them on. From this I hope to gauge which game characters have the most attractive traits. This week I put up an ad as an anonymous Lara Croft. Adventurous type looking for thrills. I'm a 29-year-old woman, athletic build, long dark hair, been single for quite a while now due to my job. I do a lot of travelling. I'm looking for someone who loves hanging out in museums. I'm really into history and I'm an antiques collector by trade. I'm looking for a man who can keep up with me. I'm always on the go. I've had some trouble in the past with men who have a lot of animals in their house, so bear that in mind if you're into long-term relationships. No guys with an agenda or have weird beliefs, so I'm just looking for someone who's, uncomplicated and wants to go adventuring with me. Someone who's not afraid of me being in control. Get in touch if you'd like to go for a chai tea sometime. Bring Jaffa cakes. Kiss kiss. Location, Wimbledon. Tune in later to find out Lara Croft's replies.
Email, messages and forward BCC. One Life Letters.
Letters, how's the postbag looking this week, Simon?
Well, I would say bulging, but I'd be lying.
Oh, don't lie.
Yeah, well, okay. We're very grateful for those that did write in.
So
Thanks very much.
So the deal is, when we offer a bribe, we get loads of letters, and when we don't, you forget about us.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Fickle.
Shows what kinds of people you guys are.
We got a few though.
Not these people, though.
Not these people. You're our favourites. For example, Duncan Timiney.
Come on, Duncan.
Dear DeWitt, Comstock and Elizabeth, welcome back and congratulations on your 9th season. It's lovely to hear your voices again. I'm sorry I won't be able to contribute any Weeka Wiki Wawas again, because apparently having children is an ongoing project, not a one-off thing. Oh, that's a shame. Weeka Wiki Wawa.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll be able to get him back for a special edition sometime. I am, of course, homeschooling my offspring in the ways of video gaming. Edison, 5, makes wonderful buildings in Minecraft and is actually pretty good at Borderlands 2, in that he knows when to come over and revive me when I'm dying. What certificate is Borderlands 2?
I think it's pretty high. It's at least a 16. Could be an 18.
Right, and Edison's 5.
Okay, have we got Duncan's address? For the police.
Yeah, okay. Someone will be in touch, Duncan.
Exactly.
Petra, 1, only knows how to mash the keyboard. Disappointing. Maybe I could email you every week with progress reports.
You do, yeah.
That'd be lovely.
You want pictures? Can you get them playing GTA 5? I guess if they're too young to understand it, that might be quite good fun, mightn't it?
Yeah.
Get like an infant pushing X to bash lady.
Let's see what happens. Thanks, Duncan. We look forward to hearing more.
Christian Chalminsky just said, did you receive this, guys? He said, he said, subject, I guess this is SingStar related. First thing I thought of when I saw it on Tumblr, which you guys should consider getting, and there was a picture of Beyonce done up as a Beyond Two Souls pack shot. I didn't really understand that. But thank you for writing.
I like Beyonce.
We can't afford to be choosy right now.
Adam Bolton.
Thank you.
Adam Bolton gets it right by saying FAO Simon. Simon, due to the incentive offered, I've been meaning to contact the show all week. Only when I heard Keza McDonald, friend of the show, today on Radio 4, she is, by the way, commentating on the biggest entertainment release ever, did I have something for the team to comment on. The big franchises have more and more sequels. He wrote squeals, but I guess it's sequels. Quite like squeals. Soon it'll be time for them to mine British culture. We've had GTA London, but what about GTA Merseyside, Battlefield Gibraltar, or Assassin's Creed Tolpuddle Martyr? Do the team have any British cultural references they think are underserved by the medium? P.S. Has Talia retired?
I was reading a blog post about this by the Retro Remakes chap, Rob. He was saying how he really, really misses all of those old Spectrum-era video game, very British jokes, games about moles.
Manic Miner,
and
Miner Strike.
All of that kind of thing. And that's why all of his games are themed around fish and stupid fish jokes.
Okay.
Because it's his sort of one-man stand.
Did he make
against
Phil
that sort of
Fish?
stuff. Maybe he did. So yeah, I sort of agree. It'd be nice to have some more sort of parochial British games, wouldn't it?
Particularly for the tax breaks.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Anne, have you got any?
Hello, OLL. I just saw your half-hour left letters call. A question some of your listeners might be interested in. With the Kickstarter for Hyper Light Drifter bringing in 10 times more than the goal, why are we suckers for nostalgia? Graham.
Why are we suckers for nostalgia?
The past is brilliant, isn't it?
It is. The past is brilliant. I actually do wonder whether video games suffer from... I find tutorials really boring,
Yes,
right? They are
yes.
the most annoying
Yes.
thing in the world, and that's obviously been the sort of... As soon as, even when I started Grand Theft Auto 5, I was like, oh God, you really need to teach me all of this stuff that I've been through at least 3 times, and so many people have, and I wish you could just say, yes, I know the controls, I know how this works, I'm happy to pick up where we left off. And I wonder whether that's part of the appeal of nostalgia in video games, that when you see a game based on asteroids or whatever, you know, all right, I know how this is going to work, I'm going to be able to pick it up and play it.
Push X to shoot. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, nostalgia takes many forms, doesn't it? People like listening to music that they grew up with. People like playing the games that they...
Yeah, of course, that too.
So that's probably why, you know.
I was trying to do a different
answered.
take on it, to do with the interactive side of things. You just went for the easy shot, and that's fine.
Exactly. Tim.
You were right.
Right, I've got a letter from Sean Wakefield.
Right.
Hey, One Life Left.
Hey.
Love the show.
Thanks.
Particularly enjoyed listening to Jasper discuss Lone Survivor.
Yes.
Just wanted to send you guys a link to a new podcast we've started discussing video
Oh, here
games.
we
Wait, what?
First week is about soundtracks.
Right, so...
Sorry for the shameless self-promotion,
You aren't, though, are you?
but you lot have been an inspiration.
If you were sorry, you wouldn't be chuckling. So you can hear the laughter in
I
your voice.
wanted to forward it on. Cheers. All the
Cheers.
best, Sean.
Cheers.
So
Go on,
what
who
I
are
particularly
they?
liked about that is that he
Thing is,
doesn't include
There's
the
no
link.
There's no link.
So now we feel sorry for them. So in fact, if you do write in and let us know what you are, actually, so what?
There's no link on
What's
there.
what's the email address from? Isn't there a clue in the title? Is it
Aperture Priority at Hotmail?
maybe it's that,
Could be.
or it's just his personal email address that we've just given him? Who knows?
Oh yeah, that was important.
Yeah.
Bit
Okay.
busy.
Well, yeah. If that's the name, then you should go and check it out. If not, email back in next week. Have we quickly got time to clear up the answers to last week's quiz?
Yes.
Of course. Thanks for emailing in. Of course, the odd one out was 32-bit, 8-bit, 16-bit, 64-bit. Question 2 was you could have had any from Maniac Mansion, Zack McCracken, Indiana Jones, Secret of Monkey Island 2, Day of the Tentacle. And finally, the odd one out was, of course, Peter Molyneux.
This is Amnesiac Fluid Vault. It's a Super Nintendo-based chiptune.
It's lovely.
Oh.
I inducted Anne into the world of the Super Nintendo yesterday.
Oh yeah, how did she get on?
She came around to my apartment for a bit of pre-gaming gaming.
Right, that's what you call it these days, is it?
Yeah, we were getting a little bit drunk, so we could go and karaoke effectively.
You're the modern version of the dodgy photographer, aren't you? Come on round, come on round.
just
Oh,
gonna
no,
play a
sorry.
little bit of,
Sorry, I can't open the windows or turn the heating off. I don't know. I've only just moved in, but you're sure right. It is hot in here, isn't
Just,
it? Maybe you could.
Yeah, you could be. We'll play Mario Kart.
Yeah,
you could be Princess. I'll be Bowser.
Yeah, exactly.
See what happens.
No, let's play Mario Kart Double Dash. No, we have to sit like they do in the carts. You sit in front of me and I'll cup you.
Did you enjoy Mario Kart? Street Fighter we played?
I didn't play Mario Kart. I played Street Fighter.
Yeah.
What else did I play?
Clay Fighter.
I played Clay Fighter. That was good.
Was it?
That was really good because I was the clown and I found the button where you got the hammer out. That was good.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Good.
Might be doing some more of that in the future. Hey, you know what we should play now?
What?
Craig the Rage McLelland.
I had trouble getting my copy of GTA 5. By the time I'd succeeded, I was barely alive. For the path to the game store was littered and strewn, with ladies and females and pussy and poo. I should have known better, should have sensed what would follow, as I sprayed on a thick mist of fresh Lynx Apollo. That sweet musk, these cheekbones, my rakish attire, was sure to drive womenfolk insane with desire. As I boarded the bus, I could see it begin, the blonde driver battling the demon within. The sex hormone estrogen oozed from her pores, too flustered to operate the pneumatic doors. The old lady opposite glowered at me sexily, clearly aroused by my sullen complexity. Sex knows no age, so I couldn't condemn her. Her excitement intensified her Parkinsonian tremor. As I stood in the queue with my game in my hand, the checkout girl tremulous, struggling to stand. Name tag pinned over one mammary gland. It's not this game but my penis that ought to be banned. I'm finally home playing GTA 5. I've not been shagged senseless, thank God I'm alive. And I'm definitely not playing it to mask the effects of a crippling phobia of women and sex.
Craig Rage, and it's time for our review section. Anne, what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing the game that was suggested by a writer inner the other week called Home. Do you remember that?
I do remember
that
the
letter.
Suggestion, yeah.
Yeah, so I played it. I played it all, finished it.
Wow.
Congratulations.
You only need an hour and a half.
Really? Or
Brilliant.
maybe you're just exceptional at it.
No. Yeah, it's good. So it is. It's a horror, really, and I was very scared for a lot of the time. Is it a side? It's when you're just walking around. Like, is that a side scroller thing?
Well, what?
But it just goes along. It just goes along. You just look at it from the side.
Right. That's
you
a
look at
scroll.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have to walk.
So it scrolls?
Yeah,
So it's
sidewalker.
yeah.
I'm calling it a sidewalker.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's one of them. So you're in a strange place. You've just woken up. You have no idea what happens. So you walk around this facility, and then you end up in the sewers, and you're finding things, and you're going through doors that are locked, and then you're trying to get home to your wife, Rachel. Where is Rachel? And then you find something about your friend. And something is not quite right there. And so you keep going around trying to uncover clues and finding out what's happened with Rachel. But near the end, you get to decide how the story twists. Well, actually, no, like sort of throughout, you get to decide how the story unfolds. It says to you, is your wife dead under here? And then you can say yes or no. I obviously went for yes.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, it's lots of different things that you can do, lots of different things that you can change the game for. And at one point I picked up a VHS, and I was like, I'm sure that in that room there's a VHS player, but I'm just going to go and check outside this door first, but I'll go back and do it. And then it locked me out, and I couldn't see what was on the tape, and it kept saying to me, if only there was a way that I could see what was on that tape, I'm sure that would explain everything. But I couldn't get back, so I might have to play it again. Yeah, so it was really good, because I'm assuming that there are a lot of different outcomes. It does ask you at the end, tweet what your story was, tell Facebook what your story was.
How can people get hold of this game?
It is, so I think it's PC and iOS. I played it on iOS, and it was only like $1.99, and it's really good, and I would give it 7 out of 10.
Excellent.
Tim,
Yes.
what have you been playing?
GTA.
Have you?
Interesting.
Are we all going to join in, are we?
Me
Yeah,
too.
I was
Me
gonna- I was
too.
gonna say.
Of course we have.
Review
Well,
off.
there's 3 of us, so
Whoa.
that kind of makes sense.
Let's
doesn't it?
see then. Let's see.
Okay.
I'm going to review your reviews.
Okay.
Who's going first?
I don't mind. Why don't you show your hand first, Simon?
Okay.
You already have. You've said you loved it.
I've very much enjoyed it. Yeah,
Okay.
it's difficult to. It's difficult to look at GTA without its problems, and the problems are if someone who thinks that video games are for spotty boys, and they see you playing this will reinforce their opinion on it. It does. It's odd because it does so much for moving gaming forward. I think its scope and its ambition is unprecedented, but then equally, it just, it reinforces old stereotypes. So the swearing is, the swearing's a bit much. The violence is inescapable. The opening mission, the tutorial mission, I found, because the argument has often been in GTA, well, there's always been sure, you can do these bad things, but there is a moral compass, and if you do bad things, you will get punished. Well, without some spoilers, but the opening mission of GTA 5 insists that you kill cops. And then the punishment is a caption which says 10 years later and stuff. But yeah, so it's pretty bad in some respects, but then equally it's just incredible. I think it's it seems to me that they've taken a long look at because GTA has always been about the world, and it's been about the stories that you implant over some of the on-screen action and the moments of coincidence which sort of bring it to life in artificial ways. Tim, who I mentioned, we held up our boxes in the office and we made the boxes kiss. The next day, I said, right, so Tim, how did you get on? He said, it's brilliant. He said, I haven't done any of the missions. First thing I did was steal a plane and fly it into a cow. And I thought, right, God, what sort of life must you live if that's a right, okay, I've been waiting for this game because it's going to let me steal a plane and fly into a cow. I prefer I've never been one of these completists, so GTA has now got it now scores you on your missions, and I've been getting silver, and that's fine. I don't want to play. The
missions have always been the weak part of GTA, though.
Yeah, and I felt that the missions in this part have been, or those that I've played so far, have been so enjoyable. It's doing things I've never seen before. So there was one mission where you're it seems to have scripted events, which I've not seen in a GTA game before.
You mean like the Red Dead Redemption style?
Again, I did play Red Dead, but I don't remember a great deal about it because I couldn't control my horse, and the moment the horse just jumped off a cliff with me on it, I thought, well, I'm not. This isn't fun. But in some of the car chases and stuff, it in GTA 5 it introduces moments where are bold and ambitious and scripted, and that's sort of what it never intended to do. But they feel so much better. So it looks like they've been playing lots of other recent games. The cover system is much improved. The shooting is easier, so it feels better. I still found it, like we mentioned, the tutorial missions, I found it, like I do with all these games, slightly overwhelming at the start. So they go, now do this, and now do this, and now you can do this. Oh, now this is unlocked. I'm still struggling to remember whether it's L1 or R1 that puts me onto cover. But hey,
it is quite overwhelming, isn't it, at the start?
But
it's an astonishing world, right? It's huge and it's beautiful, and in terms of technical achievement, I can't think of a single video game that is more intimidating, right? You look at this and you think, how the hell did they build that, and where do video games go from there? I mean, they get more expensive, I guess, and they put more money and more time into it. However, as a work, as a creative work, I think it's barren, and I think it's soulless and cruel.
I absolutely agree. I mean, I think they've introduced 3 protagonists this time round, and the problem whenever you offer and it isn't really a choice because you are forced at certain points to use one or the other, is that invariably you are going to prefer one of them, and actually I quite like Michael's missions. I think he's obviously Tony Soprano, and it seems, sure, they are base and all the rest of it, but it seems all right. There's more going on in Michael's life. Franklin, I just find quite offensive in terms of language because it's swearing all the time.
Bad. Yeah, it's badly scripted. Well, I think all of the characters are bad, but that is particularly unbelievable. But I'm not really talking so much about the setting and the characters, which I think are poorly written and poorly conceived. I think the whole atmosphere and tone of the game is cruel and not as smart as it thinks it is, constantly mocking everything. And it's okay, like I got to a bit where you go into the tech company, right?
Yep,
and you see all of you see all of the offices, and I find it quite funny because I'm laughing at these stereotypes. The reason I'm laughing at them is because I hate these people, right. And it's like it's always nice to have someone else affirming your hate of these people. I'm chuckling along. This game hates everyone and everything, but none of that hatred is particularly funny. I mean, it's funny in a 15-year-old boy's eyes, and that's what the game's for. It's for a 15-year-old kid. It's for someone who hasn't seen any of the influences to the game, which are all better than the game and all stronger than the game.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And Trevor, in particular, I'm not saying anything new here, but Trevor, he is absolutely hateful. And
I mean, the way I get around that is by dressing them up in ridiculous clothes. They're absolutely insane clothes, and it takes the edge off the torture scene and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've not got to the torture scene yet.
But actually, I don't think you can change the clothes in that because they default. But I think the 3 characters thing works really well not in the missions. So when I'm wandering around, you can get kind of tired of being one character, and you end up like far away from somewhere, and it's just so easy just to jump to the next character and have some fun with someone else. So in that sense it's good, but it doesn't bring that much to the missions.
No, for me it's a solid 7, but no more.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Another persevere. I'm going to give it a high 7 out of 10. Tim?
7.
Clam and the Wanderer, you just caught us talking about video games.
We should do more of that,
almost
shouldn't
lost
we?
ourselves, didn't we? Continuing our GTA 5 GTAV reviews.
Exactly.
Still a 7 though.
I had to explain to the people that made Outlast our scoring policy. They're like, yeah, did you go for it? I was like, yeah. They're like, just FYI, we give everything a 7. They're like, oh. Okay. Yeah, I said, but it's funny. Like I said, GTA 5 will be getting a 7. Spoiler. And they went, well, I'm not sure they find it funny.
What was the lowest mark GTA 5 got
7.
from the Games Press?
Wasn't it a 7, I think?
Us.
Yeah,
Again.
exactly. Pioneers.
Standing alone.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So, we're One Life Left. We're a video game radio show. It is 8 minutes to 8. Should we talk about Nottingham Game City?
Exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
We have one of our rare meetings this evening. In fact, I had to be slightly rude to Tim. I was like, sorry, we if we don't get this sorted now, we won't get it sorted at all, because that is what we're like. I will let you into a little secret. We've turned up at events before going, right, what should we do then? And literally just gone, right, yeah, should we do that then? Yeah, okay. But Nottingham have caught wind of this, haven't they?
They are.
And
they have been on us
insisted.
this year.
They've added us to a piece of software called Basecamp or something, which none of us like nor understand. And it just seems like a colossal amount of hassle at the best of times. It doesn't seem like a particularly efficient way to get thoughts down.
And we're constantly getting emails saying, what are you doing? We're doing this.
Right, but
these tech people.
But the emails start, every email starts, please reply above this line. Like, yeah, I know how email works. I mean, that's what, but so you think, what is this? Have I read this before? Maybe I've already replied above this line.
So
that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm going to reply above the line.
Well done, Nottingham. You have ground us down. And fine, we will be professional and sort it out.
Having a meeting.
We have sorted that out. We know what we're doing.
It's one death left.
One death left.
One death left. Exclusive.
And it's very close to Halloween as well. So appropriate.
Sinister. So we're going to do some murders.
We are on the night of the 25th of October. we will be hosting a murder mystery karaoke night.
Now, you've probably not heard of one of those.
It's going to be excellent. It'll be one of our parties, so we'll be there, probably be broadcasting and stuff. But there are going to be two components to it.
There will be karaoke to begin and to end the night. You will hear our video game karaoke, and we're going to need your help for that.
Yep.
But that's not what we're going to talk to you about right now.
No, Anne's going to tell you how that One Death Left is going to work.
One Death Left is massively multiplayer wink murder.
Come on! I'm surprised it's never been done before.
But it has never been done before.
MMWM.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We haven't actually Googled to see whether it's ever been done before.
Can someone do that and email in?
We assume that it's never been done before, and it's certainly never been done before in One Life Left's inimitable style.
So what's going to happen is you will arrive at the venue, you'll be handed a ticket. The ticket will tell you, we'll have a number on it, and that's that.
Yeah, you'll have a number.
You'll have a number.
And that number is yours, listener.
Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone that. Why don't you tell anyone?
Put it down your top. You don't tell anyone because during the course of the evening, we'll be drawing numbers from a hat. Let's get a hat.
Let's get a hat, yeah.
Drawing numbers from a hat and calling out a number. You remember your number. If your number is called, you will then have 2 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Some minutes.
Undecided. You'll have some number
minutes.
of minutes to murder people by winking. Winking.
You have to do it without being discovered.
If you're discovered,
You're out.
you're dead.
Yeah. And then we're going to have prizes for the best murderer.
Yes, and that's it. One Life Left, offering prizes to the best killer.
There'll be mini challenges, game-related fun along the way, but it should be a good night. Get people mingling, won't it?
Yeah.
And then after that, we're all going to sing together.
Let's all sing together. Once we're dead, let's sing.
Yes, so details will be going up on the Nottingham Game City website soon, after we've told them, by replying above the line. But if you're in a position to book hotels or train tickets now, please do so for the 25th of October. We'll see you in Nottingham.
Welcome back to Electric Dreams. Here are a selection of responses that Lara Croft got to her Lonely Hearts ad. First off, I'd like to say congratulations for having the most sane ad I've ever seen. Well, thank you. One thing that struck me from your ad, you like to be in control. What do you mean by that, if you don't mind my asking? Well, largely I think Lara likes to be able to grab ledges efficiently. I am an American businessman who is looking for an English girl who would like to join me for a weekend in Venice. Too late, methinks Lara got to Venice in Tomb Raider 2 and shot all of the people there. I love girls with nice nails. I did not even mention my nails. I don't think Lara even has a nail texture. I like antiques, but I don't know much about them other than from watching Lovejoy. I think Lara would punch Lovejoy. I think I am a vampire of the night, joking. Don't joke about that sort of thing, buddy. How do we sneak Jaffas into the Tate? Anything is possible with a Desert Eagle and a huge trust fund, my friend. And finally, I'm after a lady who's available to meet and give a hand job and foot job to a male. Unlikely, but Lara does have a butler. All in all, 82 emails were sent to Lara in 24 hours. Perhaps I should be more into Jaffa cakes? I think they were the main pull. Tip noted.
Well done.
Wow.
Well done.
As she read out the final correspondence, I was just trying to imagine if they were from other video games characters, and that was definitely the dude from Gears of War, wasn't it? That's the last one.
So if you've got any suggestions for video game characters you would like Cara to pretend to be in Internet Small Ads, then please write in to...
team@onelifeleft.com.
We should actually encourage our listeners to write in more next week.
Yeah,
so we don't
please write in.
Please write in or we'll murder you.
Yeah. Yes, you can write in, you can tweet us. So we want letters, please, for next week. Who knows, we may be giving away a prize, we may not. And also we would like your quiz answers, please.
We were offered some GTAV t-shirts this week.
Were we?
Yeah.
I love t-shirts.
I'm not sure whether we'll get them after that. Those marks we just gave out. But we'll see.
Let's see. Tim, thank you ever so much for making the long journey here from Somerset.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. We're really, really excited about seeing how Tiki Taka Soccer comes along. Just remind our listeners how we can follow you.
Panic Barn on Twitter, panicbarn.com.
And it'll be kicking off in October, right?
Yeah, all going off in October.
Good news.
How does One Life Left go down in Somerset?
Yeah, just really well.
Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah,
the farmers.
We often get a bit sort of detached in the London bubble of everyone gossiping and all of the crazy parties and the media circus surrounding us here.
Oh, man.
We'd love to make it out.
Yeah, you should.
To the provinces more, wouldn't we?
We would do, yeah.
We'd like to go on tour.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should. Simon, what are you up to?
I was just checking who our next week's guest is.
Oh, okay.
We've got Dave Ranyard.
Oh, Ranyard.
Ranny. Who's head of
Ramsey.
Head of the London studio for Sony.
Super
He's coming
exciting.
in. Yeah, so that's good news. He's the most efficient guest we've ever had. He asked me. He wanted to have a conference call with me so we could run through what he was going to be asked to talk about. I was like, yeah, you've never heard the show.
Maybe we could do that on the show.
Exactly. I just said, I'll listen to this one, and he hasn't got back to me. So
we might not have him.
So he's going to be here talking about what he's up to and also the stuff he's going to be talking about at the free-to-play conference, which I believe is the following week. So, that's good news.
Well, who needs Vaizey?
Who needs Vaizey? We still need to get him.
When are we going to get Vaizey's opposite bench equivalent?
Oh, yeah.
We should do that, yeah.
Watto?
Oh, yeah, could do.
Let's get Watto.
Let's tell him that Vaizey's going to be doing it after Christmas and
see what happens. We have been One Life Left, and we will see you next week.
Unless we murder you.
Bye.
Bye.